What's going on, y'all? Yeah, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good Sunday, had a good weekend. What's up, Redbeard? How you doing, brother? Um, so, just trying to put Ursi's bed together. Oh shit, I messed up. So I'm trying to put Mercy's her bed together, right? So we can, well, so I can surprise them or surprise her for Christmas and have her room all done. It's close. I know. It's close. I'll get it finished by then, but it's just, even this sucks, right? Like I'm redoing the rooms, and this should be something like a family does, right? Yeah. Listen, I know. I got a message yesterday that, man, did that put things in perspective. Shit, I'm telling you, the message that I got yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that, Lindsay. I'm sorry to hear that. Mama trauma, it's funny you use those words, right? Because when Rachel filed for custody, that's what she put, stability, right? Stability. So I'm going to take them out of the only home they ever known. I'm going to take them and, somewhere else, and that's supposed to be stability for them. So, yeah, it's funny you use those words. I guess, though, right? You're going to take them out of the only home they ever know, right? Their bedrooms, their beds. And they're supposed to find stability in that. And it's a shame because I still, listen, there's a whole lot more that I could say that I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to make her look bad or say anything bad about her. So, you know. It's a mess to say the least, right? So let me tell you why I went to Philly yesterday, right? Thank you. And Lindsay, in some states, they have what's called grandparent rights, where a grandparent has just as much rights to their children. A grandparent has rights to see their children. I don't know what state you're in, but check to see if your state has that. It's called grandparent rights. You literally could take them to custody. So when I went to Philly yesterday, I went to go and pass out, blankets and stuff like that. But I also went to speak to the female whose house that I stood in that night, right? I haven't spoken to her since that day, but I wanted to speak to her. And I wanted to ask her certain things, right? And I just popped up, I messaged her I found her on Facebook. Rachel actually found her. And I messaged her and said, look, do you mind if I speak to you? And I know the truth. She knows the truth. And when we spoke, she I said, yo, with your perspective, what happened that night, right? And she said basically the same thing I did, even stuff that I didn't even know, She said, and this I sort of remembered, she sorry to hear that, Nini. And when she told me and when we spoke, I was like, okay, I'm not fucking crazy. Her version was just a little bit different than mine. She's like, yes, I did come on to you. I'm sorry. I was drunk. So she wasn't supposed to be there that night. She said she was going out with her cousin. And she said that she stressed that to me. She said that she told me, look, I promised you I wasn't going to be there. And yeah, she said, look, I promised you that I wasn't going to be there. And she said that she felt that's the reason why I stood there, why I agreed to stay there. And I remember her telling me that before. I spoke to her today. And I asked her, I was like, yo, do you know that my wife thinks that something happened? And she said, of course I do. And she apologized for some things too. She said, look, I took a picture of you when you were sleeping. She's like, I don't know why I did it. She's like, I was kind of drunk. She said, you turned me down after I came on to you. You shot me down, and then I sort of apologized and told you, look, I was drunk. I'm sorry. And then she told me, I asked her, because I said, look, why did you tell Rachel? You didn't say that we messed around. You just said your husband isn't being faithful to you. And she said, look, for 2 weeks after that incident, Rachel was messaging me and harassing me. And I knew she was doing this. And she has every right to, right? If she thinks her husband's messing around with somebody, she has every right to be upset. I'd be upset too. She said, look, she said she was harassing me and telling me that she was going to leak my address online and my phone number all over social media. And she's like, I said it out of spite. I said it to get her upset. She's like, and I didn't say it. She's like, if you notice, I didn't say that for like 2 weeks after, She's like, because I knew that nothing happened. So she said, actually, if I would have told the whole honest truth, I would have been a little embarrassed because I came on to you because I was drunk and you shot me down. And she said, look, I just couldn't take it no more. She was harassing me and I said, I get it. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Curvaceous, 100%. Listen, for my aspect, I was 100% in the wrong for fucking being there. Even though I took my homie with me, even though I said, look, I'll pay you if I can stay here, even though that she told me, look, I'm not going to be here. The house is going to be empty. My kids are gone. All that stuff. I should have never fucking went there. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, curvaceous. And she said that. She said that. She's like, look, I get her being upset. She's like, I'm sorry. I came on to you. I was drunk. I don't, she's like, the second you shot me down, I stopped and I apologized. And she said she even told that to Rachel. And she said, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, you know, it sucks. It sucks. Like, but, you know, and to be honest with you, I thought, yeah, I agree, Lindsay. And to be honest with you, I thought in my head, I was like, man, if I could just prove to her that what she's saying I didn't do, right? Then maybe we could fix things, right? Um, I, I do, man, and it sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks, because no, I didn't listen. I couldn't cheat on. Listen to me. When that girl came on to me, um, and like she pushed up on me, like her body pushed up on me, it felt so wrong to me. Like literally, I've never had that feeling ever. It felt so wrong, and it instantly let me know that I could never ever touch another woman. That it instantly let me know that. And that's something now that I struggle with because I know it's going to be a very long time before I'm comfortable around another woman because of how wrong that felt. Even now that she left me, um, it still would be very hard for me to be around another woman. It's it's a shame. That's why when thank you, Horizon. Thank you, Leon. It's hard because when she accused me of talking to some girl, I was like, "Oh, like, do you not understand? Like, it's hard for me to go out in public and be around nobody because I see things and I remember, oh, that's her favorite candy, you know, all that stuff, all that stuff. Um, so it's it's you know, it's crazy, but it is what it is, right? I think that's all a part of of healing, though, right? Seeing things that remind me of her and just being like, well, so be it, right? It don't feel good, um, you know. Second base, what's up, brother? How you doing, Santiago? How you doing, brother? Um, you know, it just felt very, very wrong, and I've never, ever, ever, ever felt that ever. That's how that's how it let me know that I could never uh, I could never cheat on her, right? That let me know very quick. I was like, whoa, um, you know, it just let me know. So yeah, listen, and me, and I told this to Rachel. I say, yo, there's nothing that you can say to me or do to me that's gonna be more hurtful than the blame I put on myself because I understand. I did see him. I did see him, brother. Thank you. Um, I, I, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I think, man, you know, I like the haters. To be honest with you, I like them. I enjoy them. I don't block them. I enjoy them. They're interacting with the videos more than y'all that really fuck with me. You know what I mean? So let them do their thing. Yeah, thank you, Danny. I appreciate the engagement, brother. Pep, pep. Or sister. You know, but I appreciate you. Thank you. That's all that I ask, man. I just ask people to pray for my children. You know, that's it, for real, because they don't deserve to be at two different houses on Christmas, right? They don't deserve that. That's not good. You know, thank you, Dunce. You know, they don't deserve that. Like what what children that have been in a united home for the past 10 years want to wake up and spend Christmas two different places, right? Nothing. Um, yeah. So, you know, it just, yeah, it just, it sucks. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them, you know, to be honest with you. And I'm doing better today. You know, maybe tomorrow I'll be having a worse day. I don't know. I know one thing. I know I'm gonna have good days and I'm gonna have bad days. Right? That's what I know. I know I'm gonna have probably more bad days. Well, guess you didn't see. I didn't see him. MNG. Apologies. Um, yeah, I know I'm gonna have a lot more pain than, I guess, than happiness. Right? I know that, and that's all right. And even with me going and meeting with that girl and speaking to her, um, and she said straight up, she was like, yo, she's like, I'm sorry that all this is happening. She's like, I would love for you to bring Rachel so we could speak. You know, she's like, I'm sorry. Um, she's like, I would love for you to bring Rachel, you know, uh, just so we could speak, so I could let her know. You know, she's like, because I don't think I don't think that's a good feeling. You know, thinking, um, that you cheated and you didn't. And I listen to me. I think she's just using that as an excuse. You know, because for years I told her, I said, yo, I'll take a polygraph test. Like I don't have nothing to hide. Um, you know, they can simply ask me, um, have you ever kissed another woman? I'm gonna say absolutely not. Have you ever touched another woman sexually? Absolutely not. You know, they're gonna say all that stuff. Um, so, I don't, yeah, I don't care. No, no, no. That's wrong. I do care, but you know, I I understand we can only do so much, right? There's a time where we just have to realize, all right, I have to move on. I have to let go, and that sucks, man. That sucks because I don't want to do that. The last thing I want to do is let go of my family and let go of my life. I mean, my family and let go of my wife. That's the last thing I want to do, man. That's the last thing I want to do. Um, you know, and I'm not, yeah, but it's not all her fault. You know, I share blame in this. You know, I can't sit here and say that I've been an angel. What's up, Sonny? How you doing, brother? That I've been an angel or been this perfect person. I haven't. I've been good. You know, I've been very a good husband, a good father, all that. NNC, message me, NNC. Send me an email, facesofkensington@yahoo.com. Facesofkensington@yahoo.com, please. And include your phone number, please and thank you. You know, thank you, Shush. You know, I was a good, man, listen to me. If I was to show, listen, if I was to show all the times we're just in my DMs, I asked her to, shits and giggles. I told her, I said, yo, we can go and talk to her. I said, you just have to promise me that you're not going to like try to fight with her or anything, because if you do, you're my wife. You're not fighting with nobody. I'm going. So I said, you have to promise me that. You know, if my wife was just, start getting crazy with somebody, I'm pushing my wife to the side and I'm going. So I said, please don't put me in that situation. You know what I mean? So, but you know what, Danny? This is my mouth. I get to say what comes out of this mouth, right? This is my mouth. You have your mouth. You can say what you want, right? This is my mouth. I get to say what comes out of it, right? Not you, not her, not anybody else. I played that game for many years, right? It's my mouth. Right? The same way I can't tell her, yo, you shouldn't, the same way I can't tell her you shouldn't leave me because I hurt you. Can't say that, right? We can't tell somebody what they do with their pain. We can't do that. So somebody asked, do I think she's seeing anybody else? I hope not. And to be honest with you, it's really none of my business. Listen, I view fidelity in a relationship, in a marriage. I've never, ever, all the years that me and Rachel deal with each other, I've never, ever went through her phone, looking for messages. I've never, done anything like that. To me, I think if somebody cheats on you, that's them. That don't have nothing to do with me. Hello, Mandy. That's them. So if she has a boyfriend, it's none of my business, right? She left me. She can do whatever she wants. That's up to her, right? Yeah, that's up to her, right? The only thing I know is I know what I can do and I know what I can't do, and that's all I control. That's all I control, right? I was always the type of person in my relationships. I was all like, yo, if you cheat, that's on you. That's on you. That's not on me. That's on you, right? So, yeah, and yeah, that's just the way I view it. Even though we like to, as men and as women, we like to think, no, that's my pussy. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. That's my penis. That's my vagina. It's not. It's theirs. They can do whatever they want with it. Anton, what's up? This is, they can do whatever they want with it. I can just hope that, that, I don't know. I could just hope that people share the same, I don't know how to explain it, man. And people look at me crazy when I say this. People look at me and be like, damn, that's just the way I look at it. It's just the way I look at it. Yes, sir, Sonny. Absolutely. And I always was like, the same way if I cheated on her and she left me, I have to accept that, right? I have to accept that. Or if she was to cheat on me and I left her, I have to accept that. That's the price we pay, right? It's like us going to the store and stealing a candy bar and then being upset because we got caught and got arrested, right? We knew the consequences. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, that's just the way I look at it, you know, that I know if I, you know, if I go up to, if I see you in the street and I, you know, go up to you and slap you, and then somebody pulls out a gun and shoots me, you know, the person that I slap pulls out a gun and shoots me, that's my fault, right? I shouldn't have put my hands on him. That's the same way I view it. Um, why can't you accept this? No, that's the exact opposite, PB, is I am accepting it. That's what's not hard. That's what is the hard part, right? Um, I am accepting it. That's the hard part, right? If I didn't accept it, it wouldn't it wouldn't uh it wouldn't bother, because in the back of my heart, in the back of my mind, I would think, no, we're getting back, we're getting back, we're getting back, right? That's why it hurts. Because I accept it, you know. I accept it. So, you know. Yeah. And I don't like it. You know that. I'll be the first to say that. It's just it's gonna take a while before I get back to normal. It's gonna take a while. I know that. You know, there's like I'm in no disillusion about that. It's gonna take a while before I accept it. You know, I accept it now, so it's just gonna take a while before I'm able to move on. I guess that's probably the word. You know, but uh, you know, that's all right. There's there's nothing wrong with that, right? One thing I know is you know, I might feel like I'm gonna die from heartache, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I might feel like it, but I'm not. Oh, Major one, I'm gonna have him tell you tonight. I have him tell you tonight. Yeah, I might feel like I'm gonna die, but I'll be all right, man. Now, the thing is I don't wanna be all right with that, right? Because I planned my whole life, right? My whole fucking life, I planned, you know. Yep, Major's room is gonna be dope. I'll show you guys. I just don't want to show too much on here because um, I want them to be the first ones to see it, right? So I don't want to, you know, if I'm being honest, I don't want to have to meet another woman, right? It's gonna be very hard. I'm probably gonna be like a weirdo, right? And that's something, you know, that's something that is. Rachel's the only woman that's ever seen me naked. You know, there's a lot of firsts that I shared with her. Um, you know, a lot. There's a lot. So it's just, you know, it'll just take time. That's all. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, listen. So something I've been, along with acceptance, I'm just trying to like, I'm just grateful for the time that we had together, right? I'm grateful for that. You know, that's all. Sherry, it's funny you say that, right? Because I was trying to, man, listen, I've been trying to like think of everything to figure out like, man, what's going on, right? And yeah, I was like, man, is this menopause? Does this have to do with maybe like an antidepressant? You know, what is it? Because and I told her, I was like, man, I almost don't recognize you, right? But maybe that has to do more with me than with her, you know? Yeah, I know that, man. I know that. I just, be honest with you, man, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Rachel is 39. Like, I don't wanna meet anybody else, you know, unfortunately, but, you know, I also don't wanna be alone for the rest of my life. Like, that's scary to me. You know, I'm 45. I know that's not old, but that's scary to me, you know? So, absolutely, absolutely, 100%, Michelle, 100%. And so for me, that's why this is a little, that's, I love her, so I want her to be happy, even if it's not with me, right? Even if it's not with me, I just want her to be happy because I love her, right? You know, I love her to the point where I want her to be happy, even if it's not with me. And so be it. You know, it sucks because I wish it could be me, right? But it's not. That's all right. You know, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, Heather. I don't I don't I don't know. I don't even really want that, to be honest with you. Like, yeah. You know. Cause man. Let's just say there's plenty of people out there that I don't know. And I'm sure that, Heather, I'm sure it will. I'm 100% sure it will. You know, it's just it doesn't make much sense now, but it's all right. It will eventually, right? I'm putting together Mercy's bed. I got her. Yeah. Like, I don't like being alone much either. Um, I've been alone my entire life, right? I've been alone my entire fucking life. I've been alone my entire life. You know, I don't really want to be alone. It's just, mm. Listen, you know the girls never had a TV in their room? The girls, I'm not big on like having a TV in my kid's room. I'll put one in Major so he can game. But I'm not super happy on it, you know. Yeah, exactly. I'm about to gotta head out the door to go to Major's Wrestling and pick him up. Hopefully. No, Rachel didn't. I did. I got a vasectomy. Well, God damn. Mercy's always begging for a baby, right? Mercy's always begging for another baby. She's like, I want to be a big sister. I want to be a big sister. Maybe now Rachel will, maybe she'll make her a big sister. Maybe she'll meet somebody down the road. Maybe she'll meet somebody down the road, right? And fall in love, and maybe they'll want to share a child together. Yeah, I feel all right now, right? I'm sure, I'm sure tonight will be rough again. The nights are always rough and hard for me. Chris, the thought of her with somebody else, that don't bother me. That stuff don't bother me. That's not something, I'm not, that don't bother me. What am I supposed to sit here and think like, she's never going to meet somebody? Like, come on. That's not realistic, right? So. Yeah, I know. So my mom, my little sister, when she was conceived, her father had a vasectomy and then got it reversed so him and my mom could have a baby. So I know. Listen, I don't think I'm gonna meet anybody anytime soon. Shy till I die. What's up? I don't. I'm pretty sure on that. Listen, it's gonna take a while, and when I mean a while, I mean a while before I'm able to be around another woman. I'm telling you that. You know, it's gonna take me a while, and that's fine. Like no big deal. And just because it takes me a while, doesn't mean that it should take her a while. We're each our own person. So it's no big deal. Listen, I always used to tell her. I always used to tell her. You know that I love you more, right? And it wasn't one of those things where you'd be like, I love you more. No, I love you more. I knew that. I just knew the way I cared for her. And I knew the way that I loved her. And I knew that, I just knew. I just knew, just me. Yeah, that's gonna be me, Tony. I bet. To be honest with you. So, yeah. It's no big deal, though, right? It's just the way it is. Right? So I settled for less. I don't say that. I don't think that. Right? I think in relationships, right? So listen, one thing with Rachel, I don't know if she's capable of, I don't know if she's truly like capable of that, because anybody that's been around us can very, very clearly see anybody that's around us can clearly see the way I treat her, the way, I looked at her, all that stuff. It's very, very, very easy to see that, that I cared about her. I took very, very good care of her, right? And it's because I loved her, or I love her. And it's not, she deserved it, right? Everybody deserves to be just the way it is. So, it's, well, Vicky, you don't have to watch, right? Vicky of Room, you don't have to watch. I promise you. I swear I won't get upset if you don't watch. I promise you. I swear to you, Vicky. I swear I won't get upset. I promise you. I promise you I'll be all right if you don't watch. You don't have to, though. I'm just saying, Vicky. If you don't want to watch, you don't have to. I promise. There's fucking billion channels on YouTube. You'll be fine. You'll find some other content. I promise you. Okay? I mean, in general, like why you watching? You gonna tell me you shouldn't be doing something, but you're sitting here wasting your time watching, right? Like, come on. And to be honest, so, yeah, that's all. Absolutely, child. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's all right. Listen, to be honest with you, so let me tell you how it is. If I would have seen somebody doing exactly what I do, I would have judged them. I would have 100% judged them. I would have been like, yo, what are they doing? I would have 100% judged them. Until I got in these shoes and I said, whoa, this is different. This is different. Listen to me. This is different. If I didn't have y'all to come and talk to, and a couple other people, I'd be in big trouble, right? Damn, man, I forgot something. I gotta go back to my house. Of course. I stay doing this shit, man. I stay forgetting shit, and I'll be like, 10 minutes away from my house. Yeah, listen, I had no idea how hard, and I hate saying this fucking word, hate saying this word. I hate it. I had no idea how hard a divorce was. I hate it. I hate that fucking word. Man, listen. There's very few things that I hate in this world. That word is one of them. I had no idea. None. None at all, man. None. I had no fucking idea. And so this is what makes me look at, I have a lot of friends that went through stuff like this. Divorce is, listen to me. I lost my mother. I lost my father. I lost my sister. My mother. What I'm going through right now is 10 times worse than all that shit combined. Right? 10 times worse. There's no fucking... Sorry. I would have never, ever believed it. Ever. This is literally death. But it's to me, it's a little worse because it's like you're mourning a death, but it's like you're mourning a death, but there's no funeral for the closure, right? There's no funeral for the closure. You have to, yeah, that's the hard part, right? Because at least with death, okay, I'm never going to see them again. I'm never going to see them again, right? It just is what it is. I'm never going to see them again. I just have to accept it. At least that's the way I did. Right? So, for me, this is just very, very, very hard because I know I'm going to see her. Exactly. I know I'm going to see her in a little while when I go to majors. So, sorry about that, y'all. One thing I understand, the more that I do anything, that I see her, the more I have to go home by myself. The more I realize, hey, is what it is. So, yeah, I agree with you, Bonita. I agree. And like I said, life is short, man. Like I said, life is short, man. I don't want her to be unhappy. I hope an amazing guy, and more everything. To be honest with you, because I just hope that she's happy. That's all. I love her. I love her more than anything in this world. So there's no way I want for me to be like, oh, I hope you're miserable the rest of your life. Hell no. Thank you, Skylar. I hope she's happy. That's all. And this gives me hold on, let me see something. Yeah, I think, yeah, listen, my story, that's just my story. I'm sure Rachel's will differ. I know that. It's just my perspective, right? There's some stuff that, just details are going to be different, right? That's all. And I understand that. And that's fine. This gives me time, I've been going to the gym a little bit. I lost 25 pounds. I don't know how great that is, but I lost 25 pounds. I've been going to the gym a little bit. I've been, I'm getting the kids' room hooked up that I should have done probably a while ago, you know. But this gives me a reason, right? And I'm sure that that she'll get to work on herself also. Because like I said, I hope she's happy. You know. It's GG. I wish I felt great. You know, I don't feel great, but I literally stepped on the scale and I was 217 pounds. I can't remember the last time I was like that. You know, I can't remember. So I just need to, and it'll come. I know, Bonita, it'll come. I'm just hurt right now. That's all. I'm just very, very hurt right now. I know it won't be like this forever. I know it'll be like this, for some time, but it'll be fine. It just sucks. It just sucks, man. Dolly, I don't care about the house. Listen, that stuff I don't care about. I don't care about none of that shit. A house, the cars, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, you serious? I don't, that shit, that's material stuff, right? That's material stuff. If somebody told me right now that I could give up my house, my cars, my business, all that shit, like that, in a heartbeat, to have my family back, in a heartbeat, I'd give that shit up. In a heartbeat. That shit is nothing. It's fucking material shit. Nothing. Or doesn't matter. It's just fucking home. It's just wood. 100%, I would give all that up. All that up. So I think she does, to be honest with you. I think that she's just convinced herself that I've cheated on her. Listen, I don't speak bad about Rachel. I do not. I love her. I have respect for her. That's the mother of my children. That's my wife. That's my best friend. I don't have no animosity towards her. Listen, sometimes I wish I did, to be honest with you, because if I disliked her, then this would be a little bit easier. That's all that is. That's all that is. I don't have those feelings towards her. I just don't. And that's what makes this so weird. Adam, that's a good question. I told her, listen, Rachel's not stupid. Rachel's very, very intelligent. I'm sure she has to know. Listen, she's seen me. Like beg her to just talk to me, so she knows. You know what I mean? She knows. I just, to be honest with you, I think that, I don't know. I just think that she let resentments turn her heart cold, and that sucks, because that's not a good feeling. Listen, I don't say nothing bad about her. And to be honest with you, nobody that's around me could ever say anything about Rachel either. I wouldn't allow it. I just wouldn't allow it, you know. Sometimes, no, listen, I wouldn't allow nobody to say anything. You know, I can't control what people comment, but that's what people comment, you know. But you're not gonna see somebody saying, oh, she's this, she's that, and me chiming in and being like, yeah, she is. That's just not gonna happen. That's not it at all. So exactly. Yeah, listen, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. Absolutely. Listen, not only is she the mother of my children, that's my wife. That's my wife, right? That's my wife. I love her more than anything in this world. It's just, it comes a time where you just have to realize that, look, we're just, you know, it came a time I just had to accept, look, she just fell out of love with me. And that's fine. Those are her feelings. That's her heart. She's allowed to do what she wants with it, right? So she fell out of love with me. Sucks. But it is what it is. You know, there's nothing I could do about that. You can't make somebody love you. You know, you just can't. And if I was selfish and didn't care about her, I would, you know, I'd beg her to come back even though she doesn't love me. I don't want that. I don't want that. It's, you know, listen to me. I've done everything. I've done everything. That's why I'm okay, you know, not okay, but that's why if we never, ever, ever, can y'all hear me? No, I don't think she does, Gigi. I think she fell out of love and quite some time ago, to be honest with you. That's, you know, that's just what I believe. Absolutely, Autumn. Absolutely. I think because of the way she was hurt before, that she's like, no, this ain't gonna happen again. You know, I get it. I just try to remind her that I've never, ever, ever fucked you over. So why would I start now? I wouldn't. It's just not the type of person I am, right? You know, it's you know, it just sucks. Listen, and I believe she does. I think she does know the type of man that I am. You know, sometimes sometimes we think that the grass is greener on the other side, right? We think we're gonna find somebody, right? Our mate, our husband, our wife, they might have 80% of what we want in a mate, right? And 80% is a lot, because the majority of people got 10%. and less than that maybe, right? And then we're going to meet somebody who has 20%. And that 20% just happens to be the 20% that our mate doesn't have, right? And then we think, damn, this person got it all, right? This person got it all. And then we go and we realize and say, hold the fuck up. This motherfucker only got 20%. I thought you had 100, right? And then we realize, oh my God, I just gave up 80% for this punk ass 20%. And I thought it was 100 because it was the 20% that my mate didn't have, right? You know, it just sucks. Because listen, when I got with Rachel, I knew what was going to happen. So my daughter's mother, when I got with Rachel, my daughter's mother, she knew about something that I had done in the past, right? And I knew she was going to call the cops on me and get me locked up. And it didn't have nothing to do with her. It was just something she knew about. And I told Rachel, I said, yo, she's going to get me locked up when I leave her. When I leave her and she finds out that me and you're together, she's going to get me locked up. And I said she's going to keep my daughter from me, all this stuff. I said everything that was going to happen. And I knew it. And sure enough, she told me, she messaged me like on a Tuesday and said, yo, if you don't come back home by Friday, I'm calling the cops on you. And because I believed in Rachel and believed in our love and knew that something good could come out of that, I didn't go. Right? And I wasn't, me and my daughter's mom, we were, you know, we weren't in love, anything like that. We didn't have a relationship. You know, I was just living there because it was a way to see my daughter. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I said, you know what, I'm out. And I told her, and sure enough, she got me locked up, and it cost me 3 years of my life. And I told Rachel, I was like, damn, man, I gave up everything. Prior to that, I had a Mercedes, I had a BMW, you know, I had everything. I gave it all up. I left the house, took with me, you know, like a couple pairs of sweatpants, a couple pairs of socks, and a couple t-shirts, like a bag full of clothes, you know, literally, and said, come on, let's start our life together, right? Because none of that shit means nothing. I said, let's start our life together, right? And it was awesome. It was awesome. Right? And she called the cops and I got locked up, you know, and all that. And I told Rachel, I said, man, I knew this was going to happen, but because I believe in you and I believe in us and care about us, it's all right. You know? So, yeah. Susan, I didn't cheat on the first wife. We weren't together. And that wasn't my wife. Yeah, we weren't together. And you're right, but I have cheated in the past, you know, of course. You know, I've cheated in the past. Listen, that's one thing about me. I love very, very hard. This is the first time in my life that I've been in love. You know, the first time. This is Rachel's, the first woman that I truly love. You know, I found that at you know, 33 years old. She's the first one that I ever loved. Yeah, I agree. Listen, and these tears are different, man. Listen, I'm telling you, these heartbreak tears are different. They feel thicker. They don't feel like normal tears. You know, these tears feel very, very thick. I'll get there, Millie. I'll get there. I will. I fully believe that. I will 100% get there. I don't, you know, for so long I felt like everything I did was wrong, you know, for a very, very long time, which I didn't realize, but it caused me to lose like a lot of confidence in myself, right? A lot of confidence. And, you know, it just did. It just did. Yeah, exactly, Brooke. And I know that. I know that. And it's, you know, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you, Millie. And for me, you know, like, I could care less about crying. I could care less about being emotional. If I'm not allowed to, like, cry and be hurt and be emotional, then what am I allowed to do? Right? Right? If I can't cry over my wife, what could I cry about? Right? You didn't miss it, Lisa. You're still here. You know, if I can't, yeah. It's my first heartbreak. I've never. Thank you, shits and giggles. I've never been in love before. This is the first time that I've been in love. You know, like my sisters, they know that. My family, they know that. You know. You know, and listen, I would be there for her no matter what. No matter what. I hope that she doesn't never get a man that, you know, tries to like do her wrong or anything like that, because I'm gonna be like that big brother and want to take a motherfucking head off. I was locked up for 17 years. And also not only the heartbreak, right, but my family, my children, everything is gone. Everything. I come home to an empty house. When I used to come home, Mercy would run to the door. As soon as she'd see my truck pull in the driveway, she'd run to the door, say, "Daddy." And even if she didn't see as soon as she heard that door open, she would run to the door, right? That was the dopest thing for me. You know, that was the dopest thing. It just, you know. Yeah. Listen, listen, I know that eventually I'll be okay, and eventually I'll get over it. I just know it's going to be with me for a long time, right? It's going to be with me for a long time. That's all. And that's all right. That's all right. Because for me, that speaks to how much that I know I cared about her and I love her, right? Yes, I'm Puerto Rican. Because believe me, if I didn't care about her and love her as deeply as I do, I would have been, you know, y'all would have never heard about it. Absolutely, Christine. We got to go through it to get to it. You know, you can go through, I have 1,000 videos on my channel. Prior to this, not a single one. Listen, I thought about that too also, Autumn. Not a single one of my videos have I ever spoke about anything personal, right? Never prior to this. And it's just, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I knew what I was feeling. And I was like, man, I don't have nobody to talk to. You know, I don't have nobody to talk to. Listen, I agree with that. I think that, you know, I was locked up. 17 years. You know, I just... Listen, of course I could have, listen, if I wanted to, I could have plenty of girls. That's not, you know, like, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. You know, and that's also like that's not the type of man that I am. That's not what I want. You know, listen, I don't have to sleep alone every fucking night. So that's why when I was trying to explain this to Rachel, I was trying to tell her, like, look, I'm 34 years old. I'm 44 years old, right? I've only been free for probably 24 years. Out of that 44 years, because I did 17 years in the penitentiary, and then I've done, you know, you're not blocked, Vicky, just nobody paying attention to you, to be honest with you. So out of, you know, I did juvenile time also. I got locked up when I was 15. So if you think about that, I've been free for probably 24 years. Now, let's say from the age of 24, right? Or let's say 24 years that I've been free. A very big portion of that was spent with Rachel. No, I don't, Don, unfortunately. You know, we'll go to custody in a couple weeks, and hopefully I'll get them 50-50. But, you know, so a very big portion of my life is spent with Rachel. More than half of it when you really look at it, right? Even though we've been dealing with each other since 2004. You know, we've been dealing with each other for 20 years. 20 years. The first time that I seen her, I knew that I would marry her. I just knew. Listen, and this is my first heartbreak, and then also 100% sober, you know. Like, there's times that I think, like, man, I need to numb this shit. I need to kill this pain, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I almost feel like it's cheating a little bit, right? It's like somebody going to the gym and working out and then getting on steroids so they can cheat, you know, a little bit, get ahead. Like, no, you got to go to the gym, you got to work all hard, put the hard work in like everybody else. So, NNC, where at? In what state? So Rachel is 39. Oh, man, listen to me. This makes it very, very easy for me to talk to you guys on here. Very easy. All right. And also, listen, I don't want to numb this pain. I want to remember how this feels so that two things, right? If we ever get back together again, I will appreciate every single second of it. And if I don't, if I ever get in another relationship again, I'll make sure to not repeat the mistakes that I've made. Right? You know. You know, that's what I think about it. Is, you know, yeah, listen, this is about to cut off because I'm getting to Major's wrestling spot. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut this off. I thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Virginia, I appreciate you guys more than you know, man. I'm serious. Without y'all, I would be very, 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 very lost. Very lost. Yes. I'll probably hop on here with Major later. All right. I thank you guys. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. Man, listen, please do me a favor, y'all. Anybody that's married, in a relationship, anything like that, as soon as this video ends, go hug your fucking husband, hug your wife, give him a kiss, say, I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, I appreciate you, you're special, you're handsome, you're beautiful, whatever it is. Go say that shit, man. I'm telling you. That shit, it's important. Please don't be in this fucking don't be in this same shit that I'm going through, man. I don't wish this on anybody at all. Please go tell them you love them. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, y'all. Kind, loving, and patient. Remember that.